Ah. Hey, Dal, I don't know whether you can see me yet. It says I'm live and all that sort of shiz. But, Dal, I sent you a link. I tried to get you by text and by messenger. I sent you a link because I don't know whether you had to join before I hit the live button. Keeps coming up with waiting for guests. So I sent you a link, Dal, in your messenger if you want to see if that works. If not, hello. I am live on YouTube because yeah, I'm working out the technology, so I'm probably going to look like a real goose right now. But welcome to the world of learning. You see me. Hello, Together Healing. Hello, Chris. For those who are unaware, what actually happened was I went to go live and join somebody in my spiritual shack group. Hi, Ben. But it wasn't working, so we thought we'd jump over here to do a duo live over here, but I'm still waiting to see if Dal can get the link and join. It's not working. But how have you been, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's just compose and take a deep breath and in with the good shit. Exhale the bullshit. All right. So the intention for today was Dal from Dal's Lane was going to join me and we were going to have a bit of a discussion with each other and with you guys about the current energies and what's sort of been happening over the last 5 days. Because both her and I, as individuals, even though we live this lifestyle, we've really, really had to stare our shadow sides of self in the face. You know what I mean? So yeah, shit's got real and all that sort of stuff. And I sort of said to Dal, hey, how about we do a live together? Let's try jump on together and have a chat to let people know that we are real life people too. People think because we're psychic or intuitive and we have our gifts and abilities and all that sort of stuff that we've just got it all going on. But no, that's not often the case. So today's live was supposed to be over in the Spiritual Shack in our free community over on Facebook. It didn't turn out. We're trying to see if it works out now. If it doesn't work out, I'll just keep answering on about something. I did bring some cards because Spirit did guide me to pick these 2 decks today just to pull a bit of guidance and insight for everybody right now. But yeah, I'm just going to wait and give Dal a few more minutes to see if she's getting the link or whether this works for us. I'm not tech savvy by any means. I was literally having a whinge over in the group that this is what frustrates me the most because I don't know all this sort of technology. People can explain it to me. It goes over my head. It doesn't just gel in, and it's actually causing a lot of resistance within me because I'm hesitating doing things because of outcomes like this. So, yeah, welcome to the real world. But yeah, so while we're just giving Dal a quick few seconds and see if she can join or whether we can get this bloody going. If not, we'll have to try something else another day. How's your week been? Are you experiencing the same sort of thing? I have some exciting news coming up next week as well, guys, while I have you here. I'm launching my psychic parties next week. So psychic parties, they're going to come in many forms. For some reason, and this is going to sound really strange, but I'm being pulled towards doing divorce parties because, as you know, even though I'm a psychic and I'm intuitive and all that sort of jazz, I actually love the personal development side of things. And I thought, what better way than to have a psychic come into your function or your home or to your party or something like that and help divorcees move forward after breakups or anything like that. So they're launching from next week, so you can stay tuned for that. I'm going to be doing platform questions. I'm going to be like platform shows, so it's about 2 hours, and I get in there and help people get their shit together. I can cleanse your home too while I'm there if that's cool too. But or I can join you at a function if you're having a party or something, or you want me to come and come to your place of work and kick some employees' butts. No, I'm just kidding. Or anything like that. That's what's coming up. So I hope you guys are, Keen for that? And I don't think this is going to work with Dal, I'm afraid. Am I talking really loud? Oh, Ben, far away. Ben's got a question. Oh, not to mention outside parties, but I'm going to have Zoom parties, baby. Going to have some online parties as well. So we'll all get together like this. We'll play some psychic games. I'll answer your questions, give you all some one-on-one time. We can have a bit of fun. My main mission from this moment forth is to make personal development fun. Honestly, I'm only going by my own feedback and that I get. You know, a lot of people are taking this all too seriously, way too seriously. So if I can share my story from where I was to where I am now and to inspire or influence others to know that I did it the fun way. Hey, did I turn to addictions now in the past? Of course, but I took personal development really fun. It's not allowing me in, and now my messenger isn't working then. Yeah, exactly, Nancy. I don't know what to do, Dal. I don't know what to do. Both your remotes went flat as well. What's going on? Dal, do you want to? I'll quickly do what I do here. Do you want me to? Do you want to set up with your Zoom and we can come back on in 20 minutes or something if people are still here, if people are still free? Do you want to do it that way, Dal? I hate for you to waste your morning and for us not to do what we were going to do. If you guys haven't already, please go over and like Dal's Lane over on Facebook if you haven't already. Dal also has a private group as well that you can join. And what we might do is we might go over and do that because I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay, so I asked the cards questions every so often to help me sorting myself out. And I asked the question, Spirit, will you help and guide me to clear awareness? Then I got 3 of Swords and then the Tower. 2 different TVs. I've just replaced batteries and put others on charge. Oh my God, what's going on? It's this, man. It's this. I swear to God, electromagnets and all that sort of jazz. It is. Now I'm losing comments. So all these energies coming in and I'm getting flustered. Hey, Jay. A little impromptu live today. We're trying to work out the tech side of things and it ain't working. Dal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and send you the link again to a text message and we'll try it that way. If not, because obviously if your messenger's not working, if that doesn't work, then I'm a monkey's bum because I don't know. Excuse me a sec, guys. I don't know whether I can pause this. Can I? All right, so we'll try that way. Okay. Holy shit, we did it! You booyah!
Can
are you, Dallas? Your
Oh
good
my
girlfriend?
God. Hide. Okay. All right.
Is that a
Oh
bit
my.
flustering and frustrating?
I have to be up that way, do I?
Yeah, you got to be portrait on here.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Hello.
May I introduce to you, Dal?
All right. I'll see. Okay, I can see. All right. Yep.
You look gorgeous today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks
My
for your
gorgeousness
patience.
was, I thought my gorgeousness was going to go to waste.
No, I was not going to have that. That was going in my head. I'm not going to let her do this. I know she probably put a face on. It ain't happening. Me, on the other hand, yeah, I'm done.
You look beautiful as always.
Hello.
Hello. Do you know, I'm not actually, you were talking, I could hear you while I was trying to work it all out.
Yeah.
And like what you and I were saying yesterday, I don't know how everybody else is feeling about the same situation, but it's like, for me right now, it's like bang, 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 bang. There's something to sort out happening at the moment. And as Elizabeth Peru said yesterday, it's about we're all in this where we're putting out small fires at the moment.
Yeah.
And I guess when you get hit over and over and over again, sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's going to be inner strength. It's going to be knowledge of who you are, what you stand for, what you represent, your morals, integrity, values, all that sort of stuff. That's what's trying to happen. These are catalysts for those components within ourselves to come to the surface.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Oh, absolutely. And Dan, when I think about, you know, I have to keep reminding myself, first of all, live in the now. But the other thing is that think about all the other stuff that's going on that's way worse than what we are dealing with. Ours is small fires, but there is so much more going on. And I think sometimes when we do get overwhelmed with these situations, sometimes we have to think about, as you said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, isn't it?
Yeah. But in saying that as well, I firmly believe that that's really good to shift that energy in that moment. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's not to invalidate you.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? Like you are it's okay to be overwhelmed, and it's okay. Because someone said to me many, many years ago, it may not mean much to anybody else, but it means a lot to you. Yeah. And with that perspective that there's worse people out in the world, absolutely, there sure is, but it's still happening to you. So never disregard that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm wondering. I'm wondering how everybody else is going with that sort of thing. Has anybody else sort of found the same situation at all, that they've come up with a few, let's call them hiccups, that you kind of have to fix? And what's everybody else doing to be able to get through that?
Yeah. Well, Ben's just mentioning something. Sorry, it keeps like the comments keep disappearing on me. Someone.
Yeah, they're doing that.
I'm just trying to go back. Sorry, Ben, I lost the fundamental because you've messaged all in little things. I've lost the fundamental of what you were saying. But I'm pretty sure from my own perspective and what I've experienced with clients and our talk yesterday, Dal, that we're not alone. We're not alone. And like I said back in the spiritual shack just earlier, that, you know, a lot of people think that because we're spiritualists, because we do this as a lifestyle, because we are psychic and all that sort of jazz, that, you know, we just walk around life going, woo, you know, and all that sort of stuff, but it's far from the truth. Like we've taken some hits, haven't we, Dal, over the last 5 days?
I know Ben just said, like, are you kidding me right now? Like I think he's saying to the universe, and it sounds like he's got the same sort of situations. And don't worry, Ben, I've been saying the same thing. I'm like, what the hell? I actually spoke to somebody this morning, and I said, did you pass your Chinaman over to me or something? You know,
the bull is loose.
so, but anyway.
Okay, so Ben, can you see the comments on your end, Dal?
Well, they come over the whole entire picture.
Yeah, they do for me too. So I've got to basically hold the screen and touch the screen. But anyway.
Yeah.
So Ben says, okay, so I ask the cards questions every so often to help me with sorting myself out. And I ask the question, Spirit, will you help and guide me to clear awareness?
Mm.
Then I got 3 of Swords and then the Tower. So, Ben, it depends on whether you're taking it from the perspective of what the tarot card means or like what that means, or whether you're reading intuitively, because they're 2 different things. What do you reckon, Dale? Both cards are clear no's from what I can see. Spirit are always guiding you. They're always helping you. They're always guiding you. They don't just turn off the tap. So,
from what I see, like if you've got 3 of Swords, I mean, it all depends again what Ben's situation is that he's wondering about. But you've got the 3 of Swords, which is often like a big sort of clash, and there's outside influences coming in and causing some issues. And then when you've got the Tower, I'm seeing that those issues are going to fall away, but then something else will be built up from there. And I really do think that is currently in the energies at the moment. And if you have a look at all those little fires that we are putting out, that is happening, that they're outside forces. I think it feels like outside forces are coming in, or something's coming up for us that we are actually bringing up to the surface so that we can release it. And sometimes I think I'm just going to, because I can't see you with all those chats going, I can't concentrate with it. So that's what I think. And then, so obviously it's coming to an end, but then something new will come from that. So I don't actually see, whatever it might be for Ben, maybe don't give up hope just yet overall, because I really feel that with the Tower it closes down, but then you got to rebuild, don't you? And sometimes they just told me rejection is the best form of protection. That's something that often comes up, isn't it?
Yeah, rejection is God's redirection.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yes, that's much nicer. Yeah.
And that's what's happening, and it's happening to everybody because we are giving birth to a new level of consciousness on the planet right now. So unless us as our 3D selves don't sift and sort that within ourselves, and we're going to have a whole new chapter of that same thing. We were talking yesterday, Dal, about the physical aspects, you know, how you and I were getting bruises, you know, and because Dal and I hadn't spoken to each other for like a week. Yeah. And then yesterday we got on the phone, it's like, I got a bruise, so did I got this, so did I. And all this physical stuff was coming up as well.
Have no idea where it's come from.
No.
I mean, I put some lavender oil, but it's a bruise right here out of nowhere. And it was the weirdest thing. And I got to be honest with you, I did sort of go into that negative sort of, oh my God, what is this? And I did get a bit worried, but then I put my lavender oil on and it seems to be disappearing. So that's a really good thing. But I think being aware of what you said in regards to whatever we're going through, and we've always talked about this, isn't it? Like when you're dealing with a lot of emotions and upheaval, it is going to show up some way or another, isn't it? In your in your physical self.
Yeah. When will mine come up on the back of my knee? I can't show you now unless I got mine come up out here. But
I wish I could do that
around here. And I went, oh my God! And the first thing I did was went to Louise Hay's book and checked out what the knees meant. You know, and that's basically a level of support. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, the fact that it's coming out physically as well.
Yeah.
So that's your throat chakra, Jeanette. If your throat's cutting out like that, speaking your truth, Chris got bruises too. Look at that. Hey, Denise.
Chris, what have you been, well, you don't have to because it's a public forum, I guess, but have you been going through a lot of upheaval as well with the bruises? And the bruises have come out due to, and something you said last night, it's like, energetically, you're being beaten up, isn't it? And I have to say, like, like a lot of people know what I've been through in the past. And a lot of that's come up for me, and that's abuse situation. So the fact that bruises have come up as well, and you're sort of sitting in that energy as well. So that makes a lot of sense because energetically, yeah, far out, man. It's given a good beat.
It feels like you're going through destruction, but from a higher perspective, it's actually healing.
Yeah, you have to bring it up to release it, don't you? To start again, in a sense.
Yeah. And I think I saw Chris's comment before when I did the video on Sunday about balancing out spirituality and practicality. I think that's what Chris is experiencing.
Yeah.
Because those who are very spiritual are usually the ones, we got the kindness, we've got the love and all that sort of stuff, but we're not practically doing anything.
Yeah.
We're not putting practicality behind it. We've got to balance that.
Chris,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Putting in the action.
So those who are very practical by nature use their logic, very strategic, very much in that side of things. They're going to feel it on a spiritual level, on like an emotional level. Yeah. And yet us, who do a lot of the spiritual side, we're being asked to get more practical with things, put it out there in some ways, like Ben's doing, he's drawing cards.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Do you know what just come up to me just then? It's like, okay, if everybody, sometimes people go, business is easy, personal's hard, right? But if you sometimes look at whatever's happening in your world as like a business sense, in when something comes up in your business or at work, you have to fix that situation. So you have to just deal with it in a non-emotional, just to get the outcome that you're looking for.
Yeah,
isn't it? So, and that's just what's come to me. So obviously Spirit are telling us, take the emotions out of what it is that you're experiencing and just see it merely as a 3D situation, because that, for me, it's all 3D. That is all happening. It's not necessarily spiritual. I know that they're aligned, and I know that it's coming up from this and it's showing in the 3D. But if we look at it as a very simple 3D issue that we just have to rectify, that's easy as.
Yeah. And it's about stepping in the personal development side and the self-empowerment, and instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? It's about, what's this trying to show me? What's this trying to teach me?
Yeah.
Like, it's a perspective. It's a life perspective. And when you live a spiritual-based lifestyle, you will tap for the higher level of consciousness, awareness of the meaning and symbology behind it. People do it so naturally with numbers and feathers and coins and what does that mean and all that sort of stuff. But when it comes to the experiences, it's about, what's this trying to teach me? I'll repeat what I said in the live about a week or so ago. Live, whatever, wherever I was. I said this to you too yesterday, Dallas. Everyone's got to remember that you're one big living magnet, and you are attracting into your energy what you're thinking and feeling at all given times. But what we're experiencing right now is the byproduct of what we put into our energetic stream last week, last year, 10 years ago, 100 years ago, depending on how long you've been on this planet for. We're experiencing that now, so nothing's going wrong. It's basically Spirit's way of saying, hey, we haven't tidied up that bit yet. We haven't cleaned up that residual energy yet. This is what's happening, and this is what you're experiencing. And it's going to be different for everybody as to why they're experiencing it, how they're experiencing it. But it's not to punish you. It's not to harm you. It's to wake you the fudge up.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
So the physical stuff may be a symbology to say, hey, go to the doctor, get some blood work done, just do a checkup or whatever, and something else or whatever. If people are feeling, I notice it's a lot of physical unwellness this week. A lot of people are feeling physically unwell. you know, it could be a side that you're burning the candle at both ends and you need to rest and take a nap.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many reasons as to why we're all experiencing what we're experiencing, but you've got to go within and go, all right, let's be honest with myself. What am I doing? What am I doing that's attracting that?
Yeah,
What do I
that's
need
right.
to shift in myself to attract better?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than stress about it and get a little logic about it. And you talk to one person about it, then you go talk to another person, and then you've got this community of people all just, you know, speaking about how much their life sucks and how everything's going wrong and how the government's doing this and that. No.
Yeah.
Got to come back to self, guys. Got to come back to self.
That's right.
No one's being punished right now.
This morning, like, things in the background, you know, those little things that need to be rectified have been playing. And I have to admit, I've been overthinking a bit. But before doing this, I had to say to myself, all right, come back to the now. What am I ready to do right now? Okay, I'm ready to have a meeting with Danielle, and then it didn't work. But it did work.
We made it happen.
We did. And, you know, was it my angel? Oh, here it is. And this was the card because obviously you got cards in front and you go, what the hell's going on?
Come on. This is true.
And remain positive come up. And look, we're actually talking now.
Yeah, exactly. See, old Dan would have went, this is too hard. Don't worry about it, Del. We'll do it another day.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. What would you have done normally?
Me?
Yeah. How would you have reacted the same way as you did now, or?
I would have cried, and then and no, I would have. Well, to be honest with you, Dan, I was like, I don't know how to fix this because it's technology, and I'm all new at it. So I was like hoping and praying that it would work, but it has. So. Yeah, I probably would have. If you didn't keep going, I probably would have just gone in the lounge room and cried.
I got that song in my head. I'm not giving in. Do 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 do. Anyway, yeah.
But you have to keep going, don't you? You just have to keep going, I guess.
And that's the persistence at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
People are giving up before the magic happens. The magic is coming. Yeah. You guys have heard me bantering on about it. Dal's been bantering on about it. It's coming. It's coming. And trust me, we're getting as impatient as all you folks. We are too. Look, I'm getting fired up here because it's like we're done with this now. Give us the goods. Give us the goods. Yeah. But we need to release the resistance now to start receiving it.
I have to say, sometimes we can go, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And then that would have been, for me, if it didn't work, that was what was meant to be. And I'm so thankful that you knew this is meant to be. This is meant to be, to do this and just to keep going. And I think that's what I love about you so much is no matter what, you just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Nothing stops you.
I'm a dog after a bone, baby.
Yeah, I was always called that too.
Well, what do you do,
Well, you have to, don't you? You have to.
But then again, I've pulled myself up on that because there is a difference between just keep going and going and going and going. Because sometimes I use that as an avoidant tactic as well.
Yeah.
So I don't actually address what's going on. I just keep going. But I've always been a bit of a fighter as well.
Yeah. Chris was just saying that she's feeling a pretty intense week. Last week it was pretty hard for her, and Ben was just saying that he would have gone out, had a shower and reset, and I think that that's a great idea for situations where you get so you do have to get refreshed, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. It's just offering yourself relief in every moment.
Yeah, that's right.
So we don't amplify it and manifest more of the same.
Exactly, Dan.
But I would really, Spirit of Into really telling me over the last week, it's about self-actualization. It's about self-realization. This is a time for self. It's about identifying within yourself what is not working, what's not aligning, thoughts and beliefs about yourself.
Yeah.
Hi, Hank. See you just jump up there. What things sharp, you get the feeling of, oh no, it's not working, people give up. I'm a bit of a pitbull with a bone too. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess when it does come to technology, I'm pretty good with everything else, but when it comes to technology, sometimes it's a bit beyond me, I guess.
Well, it is. And you know what, that, I don't know about you, Dal, but for me, it's because I'm a people pleaser. I hate disappointing people. I hate letting people down. And if people are like, oh, yeah, Dan and Dal's on, I can't wait, 10 o'clock, let's go. And they're on the other end like, ah! And then you get out and I can't get on. I hate that feeling. Oh, I hate that feeling.
Can I talk about that? Because I think that people pleaser. Okay, I feel like a lot of us have found that we are more empowered. There's many of us are on our way. Many of us are there as well. But it's about once upon a time we were people pleasers, and now we're really coming into self a lot more. And we're saying, hang on a minute. And as you always say, you have to get that little bit selfish, and to be a people pleaser, often you're sacrificing your own happiness for somebody else's happiness. Yeah. And I think a lot of us are actually changing that up and starting to realize, hang on a minute, what's going on here? And I think that's where some of this, as people that we're spiritual people, if you're letting people down, or letting people down because you're putting in, you're no longer that people pleaser, there's going to be backlash to a certain point, isn't it? And I feel that sometimes where the intensity comes in as well for how things are changing around you. So when you change, your environment changes as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think it's just disappointing. It's my thing that come up for me during the week, and I don't know whether you guys have come up with your own. Feel free to share it as well. But mine is disappointed. I'm tired of being disappointed by people, places, and things.
Yeah.
And I hate disappointing other people, places, and things. That was my biggest lesson from this week. It's constant disappointment, and it was amplified by obviously the loss of my brother and the disappointment that I got from people's behaviours and their reactions, and how the police handle stuff, and how the coroner did stuff. Like everybody, like that come up in full force. I shared it on my Patreon. I don't usually share that kind of stuff, but I thought, you know what, I need to release this somewhere, and this is I'm going to put it out there. And another thing that we were talking about as well is, being psychic and stuff is not always good. So like I predicted a few things for a few of my loyal clients and stuff like that, and they've just experienced that lately. Another beautiful lady lost her son. It's very similar to how I lost my brother. Breakups, relationship breakups and stuff that I predicted and stuff like that, and they're just starting to experience it. So even though we're out here trying to spread the love and stuff, it comes back in bad news too sometimes.
Yeah.
And I said to Dale yesterday, I'm so sick of knowing shit before it happens. I'm so sick of knowing everything. I'm going, turn it off, spirit. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's very overwhelming. So if there's other intuitives out there and you're starting to really, really see evidence that your predictions are coming true or anything like that, please just take it easy on yourself. Once I come up with a magic fix, I'll share it with you all, but I'm just learning it myself right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, and the more you get out in the public and do this sort of stuff, and the more attention sort of gets on you. This is why I didn't want to be in the spotlight, because I've got more people, that I'm seeing things for. It's amazing. But yeah, so that was my rant for today.
It's one of those things, I guess, as a light worker or a person that is like yourself or like myself and a lot of other people that just want to help. It is so important to have boundaries. But when your messages or when Spirit's always talking to you, that would be so hard when you just can't turn it off because you've been doing it for so long, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be talking to someone at the shop, I'll just go and they'll be talking about something and I'll hear that won't last long. You
Yeah.
know, I met someone. I'm so excited. I met someone, and I go, it's not going to last. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just that's, you know, just how they say it or what they say. And like I said to you yesterday, Dal, it's like everything's old news. Everything feels like old news for me because I'm getting it before it happens.
Yes.
So I'll see something, I'll know something, and then just say something with you, right? So I'm not going to come and try to rule your life, but if I get information about you, but I saw it coming weeks, months ago, and you tell me, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I already knew that. That's not new to me. I'm going, I want some newness. Give me some freaking newness. You know? Anyway. So
we need to surprise Danielle sometimes. Send her a bunch of flowers or buy her heaps of coffees when she's doing her live. Surprise, Danielle.
And that's it. And so how do you I literally said the spirit said, how do you manifest something like that? It's not a physical thing.
No. You said it yesterday in regards to when there's mediums and they just can't help it because they are so in tune with the spirits and they can see them or constantly feeling them. One of the joys of being one of the chosen ones, Dan.
Oh. Well, yeah, and I know there's a bigger mission for me, and I know I come into this life to help people in some way and to share whatever, but it does get really hard sometimes to not be able to have normal relationships or normal conversations or anything like that because you instantly know when someone's lying or you know when, or not necessarily lying, but not telling you the exact truth. And, you know, I've developed my sense of resilience and assertiveness and that to a point now of like emotional and mental intelligence, so to speak, where you can't bluff me. Don't try to fool me. Like, it's just not going to work. And it's not my ego. It's not my head going, I'm better than you because I'm doing all this. It's just 30 years of being spirit-led and just being so sensitive with energy. And I'm actually really worried for the kids at the moment. Not worried, but like about better words, but I'm concerned for the kids at the moment, especially who are the little star seeds or whatever title you want to put on them. You know, it's these very intuitive kids and stuff like that. We'll push through all right, but they're very sensitive and they're here to change the world, man. So we need to get in and do something with the kids. So anyway, I feel like I'm rattling, so I hope I haven't bored you all.
Can I say something? And I feel that this is, first of all, is my video from the fan, is it moving or not? Is it just me?
No, it's wobbling.
It is wobbling? Can I just turn the fan on?
I just feel like I had the bends.
Hang on.
You keep your fan on, though. You stay comfy.
No, it's okay because it's annoying me. Now, what I was going to say, okay, now you were just talking about how you pick up on energies that are trying to bluff or whatever, and you know straight away. So here's the interesting thing, and this is an energy that I've really seen and picked up on. Okay. There are institutions, let's say, righto, I'll just give the story. Okay. So because this, and then I'll give you where I've seen the energy around this. Okay. And it seems to be happening over and over and showing up in a lot of ways. So go to the dentist for a checkup. And obviously you've got kids Medicare or whatever it is. So that's free. Then next thing the dentist is saying, oh, these teeth down here, this is on my 10-year-old, these teeth down here need to be pulled out because there's no room for the baby teeth. They haven't even started to wobble. They haven't done anything, right? So anyway, I get a phone call from the orthodontist yesterday. The doctor was telling us that you were going to make an appointment. I'm like, what? Anyway, $105 for the consultation, then whatever else, right? Then you go back to the dentist and then, you know, obviously they're trying to push braces or pulling it or whatever it is. But the energy that I'm getting from not just the dentist, but there's been the this, that, and that person and that person. It seems that people have an agenda, such as always trying to bluff you or fool you into getting more money. And
Yep.
that's what's happening right now. And if I just feel that that is in the energy. So be very aware to everybody. Listen carefully to your gut. Listen carefully. If it doesn't sit right, if know, and just sit back. Don't make a decision straight away, okay? Because there is hidden agendas to try and get more out of you, okay? So that's what's come up there.
And for sensitive, that's very draining to be around energies that are like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very draining because we know their intention. We feel their intention. We know where they're coming at. That's why it's really important that we learn from the core, in our core, to stand up for ourselves. It can be, it can be in relationships as well at the moment, where people are starting to take advantage of other people in relationships and stuff like that. People need to start standing up and saying, you know what, I deserve better than this.
Mm-hmm.
And life, remember that life's an equal energy exchange.
Yes.
I can't use the dental example because I don't know how they all work. But yeah, if you're spending a lot of time feathering other people's nests and you're not feathering your own or whatever, it could be a bit of a brutal fall or awakening for you.
Yeah.
But if you're doing the spiritual work and stuff, practical spirit actually just told me yesterday as well. Sometimes we just got to stop thinking about ourselves, even though it's a self-care, self-love type energy and look after self. Sometimes we need to step outside ourselves. And that's when the voluntary work comes in, doing random acts of kindness, making other people feel better and all that sort of stuff. That's part of the process at the moment as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, but yeah, it's hard, isn't it, Dal? You go out there and you know people's intentions. You know that they're just trying to get every dollar out of you. Really classic marketers and affiliate marketers and all that, they're really good at it. If you're and that's why so many people fall for it because, if it's too good to be true, it really is. Or if they want more and more and more and more.
Yeah, I've never seen such good customer service in anybody when they want to take more money. You know what it is? I've got to open this door now. You know what it is?
What's that, Dal?
Let's go. All right. It's like the companies, and you might see this actually if it's not business sense, if it's not to do with your money, and as you said, it might be relationships, but I think you mentioned as well that there's a lot of love bombing and going on. Love bombing.
Yes.
So that's actually what's happening, and I see that in a certain sense. When that orthodontist lady rang, like I was a really special customer, and I'm like, oh, gee, this is weird. And it's going to cost you this much.
Yeah.
I'm like, friggin' hell, man.
It's happening across the scope. And if you've got someone who's got a little less, less worth, they don't feel as good as others, or they struggle to get friendships and that. I noticed that on, TikTok, if I can say that. I don't know whether I'll get whatever. But over there, with the gifting and stuff, people get on and be dramatic and feel sorry for me, and I just lost this and I've got this and I've got that. And they'll go and tell their story and stuff. And there's legitimate people on there, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about the whatever. And people are just gifting them, throwing money at them. You know what I mean? And these people are like rolling in it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, how are you falling for this? Like,
yeah. There was. I remember hearing in the energies a little bit ago, I'm not sure which planet it was, but as you all know, like the scams, people, there's just people don't have morals. They're ready to do whatever. And Ben said before, it is just greed. And there is so much of that. And you can see that on the global scale and what it's all about, isn't it? It comes across as we're so caring, but it's not. It's all about this.
They'll disregard you as quick as you could say, how's your mother? You know what I mean?
That's exactly
They'll draw you in and make you stroke your ego and make you feel all beautiful and stuff. and then they'll spit you out just as quick.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But
and
we
then as an energy worker, that's very overwhelming.
It is.
Because then you want to get into defense mode and start sticking up for these people who haven't quite reached their form of resilience yet, and you feel like you've got to protect and nurture and, you know, do all that sort of stuff. And then this is the energy of the last week.
Yeah, yeah. It is hard to, and you said about people with no worth, and that when you can see what's happening and that you step up and you're like, this ain't happening to you. And, you know, but that person's not quite sure either. So, and it's like, come on, you know, can't you see this? So it's a hard thing, but I think we're coming out, the more aware that many of us are, and I think that that's what this is all about, you know, these conversations for people to go, okay, I see what's happening in the energies. Yes, I have to be aware. Now, Nancy mentioned about her Tyler. She got a quote. Nancy, this is your message to say, go back and keep getting quotes from other people, because you just can't always trust everybody.
No.
So,
and remember, you're the boss.
That's
the boss.
right. Yeah.
Always. I think some people really need, and it's hard to explain in words because it's a mindset. It's really about tapping into the mindset, saying, I'm the boss. This is my life. I often scare people that I coach and mentor and say, if you were put on a deserted island and there was no one else around you, could you survive socially? Could you survive emotionally? Can you survive financially? Like physically? Can you survive? Most people go, oh yeah, I can. You know, and all that, but realistically, you know, some people wouldn't last 2 days because they're so dependent on physical touch or you know, something of that nature.
I wouldn't be able to climb the coconut tree to get a coconut on that deserted island. I'd really struggle.
It's funny you didn't have enough rage in you to shake the bloody nut down. So I think what's really happening at the moment is people are really stepping out of that survival type energy, and they're coming into oneness with who they are. Well, those who are here anyway, you know. And I said to you, and Spirit said to me a couple of days ago, you know, people struggle because they don't have an understanding. They don't necessarily want the solution. They don't necessarily want the reasoning or anything like that. It's just they don't understand. But I think a lot of understanding actually comes from the physical brain, you know?
Yeah.
Comes from the physical brain. So sometimes we just got to turn that brain off and go, what feels best for me in this moment? What feels best to me right now? And
exactly.
take it from there.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Nancy just said I was a crack up.
She is, isn't she? I said to someone last night, bring your tenner and your cuppa because, Look at all these wonderful comments. Thank you all so much. I mean, Dal and I were only talking yesterday how much we appreciate everyone that comes and gives us positive juju and helps us continue to do what we do. I would have put the links to everything in the comments before but it was a bit of an impromptu live over here. So please go and check out Dal on Dal's Lane as well. You're just such a beautiful counselor and spirit-led mum to so many. I just love you. Love you.
Oh, I love you too. Thank you so much. And it is so
lovely.
lovely.
Do you have any cards in front of you? Do you want to do a quick message? Do you want to share something? You share something and I'll share something and we'll all something share together.
I've got actually that's one of the things. Oh, that
love you too, sis.
One of the things that you mentioned before about children. Okay, if I could just say as well, because I've got the crystal cards out. Oh, I love the crystal cards. So because you know, listen to your children and the little things that they actually do. So, for instance, Tristan came out yesterday with all of my crystals, and he's never done that before. And he's picked this crystal and that crystal, and he said, "What's this?" And I wasn't sure. And I said, "I'll go and get my cards, go and get the book and have a little look." Anyway, he's going through it. And then once I started delving into it, he up and went. And so for me, he was just basically saying to me, well, he didn't mean to. It was a subconscious or a spirit-led thing.
Yeah.
Here, Mum, get back into your crystals, and do that. So, I mean, one of the ones is this one, which is like what they say is fool's gold. Which is, I believe, to do with prosperity. We've also got the amethyst, so that helps to remove like negative as well, but also spirit, helping with spirit. This one is I Am Safe. I can't remember what it's actually called, but it's I Am Safe. I keep this one because that's really important for me. And then you've got the Tiger's Eye, which is also about, dispelling negative, but also fortune and bringing more abundance, but then obviously love. So it's no surprise that these come up. So what the meanings of these are, know that that is your message as well for everybody who's watching this today. Oh, you just bought some, Chris, too. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Those are this is what's happening. So we might be going through, as Ben said, he got the Tower card. So there is going to fall down, but everything's temporary. Even the crappy stuff, it's only temporary because you'll come back out of it. Yeah. You might have had to say goodbye to something, whatever that might be. That could be a material product. It could be like our freezer. Our freezer, we had to say goodbye to our not even a year-old freezer, but that's okay because we're going to get a better freezer. Do you know what I mean? So I feel that there's going to be a closing off of one situation, whether that be relationship, material products, whatever it might be, but there is an opening up. And so if you take away some of the negative that's happening and go, I'm going to get through it, you know what's on the other side as well. So okay, so when I was shuffling, these two cards came out. We've got Green Jade. Actually, Tristan pulled that one out and he loved it. So attracting love, balance. So finding balance as well within yourself, especially during this time. Dreams come true. Now, I had mentioned about, I think it was in my last video, something about it was a writing on Facebook about happy endings. And, not in that sense, but in the fairy tale sense, we all have what we hope to achieve in our life, or we all have a goal that we want. Know that your dreams are going to come true. I think that is so important. Cleanse, and this is a time as well, I think, definitely for decluttering. And also cutting down on a lot of your products that are very, very toxic, whether that be the food or the drink, because as a sensitive, you're really going to notice that you're not going to be able to take that as much. They're also saying that there's leadership qualities. So no matter what you're doing, whether that be in your family, in a workplace, even in a friendship, you have leadership qualities. Okay, so take the bull by the horns is what they're saying, and go with it. And what does a leader do? A leader doesn't direct people. A leader doesn't take away people's rights. A leader shows, and they show how they want it to be by actually acting in the same manner. Okay, it's very important for clear communication also when you're a good leader. Okay, but there's also prosperity and success. Okay, so I see that as a leader, or even as a person that's taking charge of a situation, there could be a promotion of some sort coming up, which is actually going to bring you success and also prosperity, which I think is amazing. Everybody loves that, but don't forget, prosperity is in all avenues, not just in wealth. Okay, so see it as a whole. So
beautiful. I like you say it in so many different words and such a more articulate way. But I totally resonate exactly with what you're saying there. Exactly, that's what it's about.
Well. Yeah.
I pulled some cards out and we literally got in the fairies. And these, I don't work with these cards very often, but Spirit said take them with you. Okay. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. So
exactly, yeah, closing out of the old. Yeah.
Yeah, you finished one part of your life and now a new and even better part is beginning. And we're
Yeah.
literally so close to this transition on a higher consciousness. You're either going to expand and broaden your horizon, or you're going to stay the same and attract the same. That choice is up to every single individual. Everyone needs to know that everything's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Reaffirm this for yourself. Yeah, life's turning to shit right now, but you know what? Everything's okay. Everything's teaching me something. I'm going to see that everything I'm experiencing right now is for the greatest good of all, especially myself. This isn't trying to harm me. This is trying to teach me something. I would really, like, you know, me and my self-scripts and my self-talk, my internal dialogue, I am passionate about it because it got me from suicidal, I don't know whether I can say that word, but anyway, it got me from that to I'm ready to begin my journey. So you have to use your mindset and really talk to yourself in a more positive way and not dismiss anything. Like you feel how you feel, and that's okay. But it's about not giving yourself permission to stay there anymore, ever, because everything's okay. Look, holiday. What does your version of freedom look like, feel like, smell like to everybody? This could be a physical holiday. So some of you may be going on holiday. So can I come in your suitcase? I don't take up much space, I promise. But this I think we just need to take a holiday from life, from trying to work things out too much. We're pushing too hard. Stop trying so hard. And we also got to ask for what you want. So now's not a time to go out and get them and all that sort of stuff. It's about to come back to self and go, well, if I don't want a narcissistic relationship with an abuser and more domestic violence or whatever it is that you may have experienced in your life, you know what you do want. You want stability. You want security. You want love. You want fun. You want playfulness. You want this. You want that. Go into the feeling space of what it is that you want now. Even if you don't know what it is, you know, visually, you know how it feels.
And that is the most important thing, isn't it? Is about, and I asked you about that yesterday when we were talking, you know, about when you're manifesting. And I think that I spoke to somebody last week, and they actually said sometimes when they're journaling and they're manifesting, that sometimes they feel a bit greedy when they're manifesting. So for me, when I go to manifest, I think, but I have everything already. So what is it that I can do to, you know, manifest more of what I do love? And that was the one thing that you said was go into the feeling space. What is it that you want to feel? So if you can't journal certain material or physical, you know, if you just can't see it, everybody knows how they want to feel. And I would say keep going with that as well.
Because that's it. Like, people only want physical things in their life for the feeling that they'll have by having it. So the trick is to feel it before you have it. If you feel it, you can feel rich, so loved, so adored, and keep that momentum going of those feelings and love everybody where they are and try not to get into the dramas or work things out and step into logic and strategy and all that sort of stuff. I guarantee everybody the next probably 4 to 6 weeks or so, we'll start experiencing it in our experience. It's been divinely orchestrated.
Yeah.
We did get the witness. I pulled out some shaman cards as well. So we did get the witness. So we are witnessing things that we don't like or do like. But where's your perspective taking you? Are you going to complain more about the things that we're witnessing that we don't like? Or we're going to say, you know what, I don't like that, so let's do something else. Let's get the solution, tap into the solution. Look at that, the sun, baby. The sun's come out in nearly every bloody reading. So this is a brand new chapter, a brand new dawn. You know, they just told me to say check your morning routines, because I feel like for a lot of people it might be the morning routines that may be, you know, not as conducive for them as well. We need to go with the flow of things. You know, don't wake up and say same day, different shit sort of thing. Wake up and go, today's a new day. How am I going? Let's pre-pave our day. I'm going to meet the most wonderful people on my journey today, and I'm going to help somebody. I'm going to spend $10. I might go, you know, and donate it here or buy this person this. And to start pre-paving and scripting your days, we are gathering what we need. We're collecting the resources we need. So like I say, if you're in the problem, based energy, well, there's not much we can do. But given that Dal and I made it here today, we are trying to get other people together to focus more on a solution for everything. It may not be the massive solution. It may not be what we're prepared to hear right now, but that's the intention. So we can enjoy this newly fresh created consciousness and enjoy it.
What do you think about, like Ben put up there that he pulled a card and it said to release? So do you think in all aspects, and maybe what's happening right now, I think we've already said it, but just saying it on a different way, but you always say as well, release and replace, release and replace. And do you think that that's what we're going through now, is that whole release and replace? So to have a better relationship, you have to let go of the relationship that's not working. As they say, when one door closes, another one opens. And we're in the, what would you say, in the hallway experience.
Yeah, babe, I haven't said that in a while, actually. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not as easy sometimes. I mean, you can release a car, you can release a person, you can release all that, but it's the energy of it. It's releasing the energy.
Yes.
So then I had a chat to another lady the other day, and we went through similar circumstances, and that's where I got really annoyed and frustrated in myself, because I just don't feel like people understand. If you haven't been through something, they don't understand what it's like. So when they try to give you their advice, which is always usually kind and to help, it feels unsolicited and it stirs up that emotion. Like for me, people telling me what to do, I turn around and my instant response is, oh, it's all right for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's all right for you. You've got a partner that helps you. It's all right for you. You didn't lose two of your loved ones in such traumatic ways in a short time frame. It's all right for you. But then I had my moment, you know, I threw it all out there and vomited it. But then I sort of come back and I said, well, Dan, there you go. There's your evidence of what's really happening within you.
Yeah.
And so I just have released my expectation that other people will understand, could ever understand. Unfortunately, I'm starting to see evidence of people who do understand because they just experience the same thing. So now I turn it back to spirit and say, how can we work together to be of service for others who may go through the same thing?
Yeah, that's
so that's what I was trying to explain earlier about don't make it about yourself. Yes, the lesson comes from within yourself, but it's about transmuting that and then going on, because this world is not going to stop. There's going to be heaps of untoward things that happen to everybody. There's going to be a lot of injustice, but we need to be out there empowering people and showing that we are a community and we're all in this together. Do we need money to survive? Yes, we do. Do we need food on our plate? Yeah. A car to drive, all that sort of shit? Yeah, absolutely we do. But we need to bring back this connectedness.
Yeah.
And I just went on that was obviously through them for everybody. So I don't know where they come from.
Absolutely.
But that's the level of consciousness.
When you say connectedness, what do you mean by connectedness?
Loving people where they are. You don't have to deal with them. You know what I mean? You don't have to agree with what they're doing and what they're saying, but like will always attract like.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like the dentist theory. The dentist and the orthodontist and all that. There's greed, but they're all saying to you what your son needs done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And you don't have to agree with that. Like I said to my kids, can you still chew your steak? And they go, yeah. I said, you'll be right. But don't go on about that. Don't go on about the dentist and that story and that. It's about finding your solution, standing in that power or whatever, and then going, well, I'll get another quote. I'll get another opinion. I'll go and do something else.
Yeah.
That's the new trail that we're trying to blaze at the moment.
So so what came to me is seeing everything for what it is. So using your intuition, seeing that person or that situation for what it is, accepting that that's what it is. Don't fight it, but you've got to still look after yourself. Do it. Go. Yeah, leave you where you are. Thanks for that. No worries. All right. See you later. It doesn't work for me. So you just turn away and walk away. Yeah, don't argue with the person going, oh, you're full of crap, man, blah, 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 blah. Because what's the point? That all you got is an argument on your hands, or you just, you're not going to get anywhere with it. So it is about exactly that, isn't it? Just seeing what's happening, having acceptance in it, and choosing whether or not you want to be in it or be out of it. One of the hardest things, I think, for a lot of us, including myself, and I'm still working through a lot of that as well, is to, as you said, release the energetics of a situation. When it comes to, the dentist lady or whatever, that's easy. I don't have a relationship with you or whatever. I couldn't care less. But when it comes to, if you've got something that's been in your life for a long time and then having to release it, that's an interesting one. What would you say, what's the easiest way of releasing the energies from that, though, if it's a long-term thing?
Well, it's about finding peace with where you are the best that you can. It doesn't mean you're going to be all blissful like a Buddha, whatever. Just finding the relief where you are and with the intention to move forward. That's the strongest point. But what I did, I can only speak through example, what Spirit taught me to do is, because I have the understanding that nothing's happening to me, it's happening for me, and that everything's a byproduct of how I'm feeling and thinking, and remembering that all the time, I actually thanked people. So I went back and I thanked, like, the biggest one for me was obviously when I was raped and had a child as a result, and that whole process of being pregnant, like that whole thing. I'm over it now, but I had to forgive myself because I beat myself up being a psychic that I didn't see something like that coming.
Yeah.
And then I had to find forgiveness for the person who actually did the untoward. So I made a moral choice for myself that was no longer going to eat me alive. It's not going to govern my life. It's not going to rule my life. Spirit helped me a lot by helping me understand that these beings choose us to be guides. It's not the matter of how he come about and all that sort of jazz. So it is about finding that forgiveness for yourself and the other person. But I write thank you letters.
So
I say thank you so much. Because of you showed me that I'm still a bit vulnerable here, and I'm not standing in my truth and my power. So I'm going to start working on that now. So when my next partner comes or whatever comes, then they're going to get the best possible version of me.
Yeah.
So I like to write thank you letters. I like to shift the perspective out of victim into what's this teaching me. And then you replace it. So you're releasing it by acknowledging it and choosing to leave it where it is and where it belongs, and not be a victim of your circumstance anymore. And then so I thank that, and then I say, well, from that, this is what I'm going to do from now.
Yeah.
So I replace it with journaling. I replace it with meditating. I replace it with whatever. I replace it with something else. And you've got to start a whole new momentum again. And that's the cycle of life.
For the first time last night as I was sleeping, you know how I get the messages while I sleep a lot of times because I need to meditate more during the day, I know. And but they were saying, send love, send love, send love. And having the awarenesses of what you're sending out comes back to you. So if you're sending out fear, that's going to come back to you. If you're sending out, you know, anger or resentment, that's going to come back to you. It's going to show up. So they actually said to me to send love. So that was in my journal this morning, sending love to all and everybody. My wish for everybody is to have exactly what it is that they want. And I think, you know, as much as when you're going through a difficult time, and, you know, Louise Hay, she said it, you know, and I remember saying to somebody when they said, send them love, you know, this is the most horrible person on the face of it. No, maybe in my world, one of the most horrible. But anyway, and I thought at that time, what the hell? How could I possibly send love to this person?
Yeah. You want to put them in a mousetrap. That's what you want to do.
That's exactly it. So, but I then realizes that when you are and I don't even know if I still have sent that person love in all this time, but I don't send anything, nothing. There's no thoughts whatsoever about that person now. So, but if you are in a situation, if anybody's in a situation that, you're with a person or whatever that makes you feel a certain way, you have to send them love, because that's exactly what's going to come back to you as well. So
It's just really important that people don't make a massive jump. If you're in revenge and you're feeling revengeful and you're angry and you're mad and stuff, don't expect to jump up to, oh, it's all right, Cobber. Everything's cool. I forgive you. That's unrealistic. And I think that's sometimes what this industry promotes a little bit too much.
Yeah.
That you can get from this to this and this. So just sit this course. It's a 6-week course, guys. You go from here to here. It doesn't work like that. It's a journey and it's a process. And, I saw a comment just before Lisette said, I had the same message, send love to people that hurt you hard.
When did you get that, Lisette?
Sorry?
When did Lisette get that message?
When did she get the message?
Yeah, was that this week as well?
Must have been, yeah.
Yeah.
So the way I help coach and mentor, if you've got a dialogue that says, yes, I received the same message, and obviously you received the message and it resonates because you are love and you want to send love and you want to receive love and all that, but then you go, man, it's hard. There's the resistance. So it's about going, man, it's hard, but I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
I'm working it out. It's about tapping into that. I choose to feel better for myself. So yes, it's hard. So what resources do I need to help me through? I might need a mentor or a coach just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Last week,
What Chris just said, sometimes, like she said that cord cutting with love works, but then she said, but sometimes she can get a bit stabby with people too. We all can. At the end of the day, we're all human. We all have those emotions as well. And it feels very unfair at times when you're being treated in a really crappy manner. And that's, I think, a human just to be, angry at that person for what they're sending out as well. But at the end of the day, it is about, God, how can I change this up for myself to feel better?
Yeah. And what I've seen over the course of the last 30 years is that unfortunately some people have to hit rock bottom. Yeah. They have to hit rock bottom. They've got to literally have no one in their life. They've literally have burnt too many bridges. Their health has to be basically like into survival mode where they've got, some people have to hit rock bottom before this level of awakening and awareness comes about, and that's a shame.
Yeah, that's right.
What we would love to do, and that's why I do jump on for nothing every week and try to get on and just help steer people and guide people. You do the same, Dal, with all your videos and stuff. It's just about acknowledging where you are, choosing to feel better, choosing to move forward without constantly putting the brake on our lives,
Yeah.
So
can I share a couple of times? And you know what, they are repeating themselves, but these are super, super simple, and these are the numerology cards. Completion, new beginning. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
We need to ride the wave.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do now.
That's exactly it. So we're just going through that completion stage of an old cycle because we're opening up to, and I think that if, we could say it, and we have said it in so many ways, but at the end of the day, that's it. Completion and new beginning. So don't lose faith. Don't think it's, I'm going to be stuck in this forever, because you're not. There's new beginnings waiting for you, but the easiest way to do it is to be open to it. If we keep thinking we're forever stuck in this, that's it. Yeah, exactly, Jeanette. Funny, isn't it? You just can't make this stuff up. That's right. And just be open. So if everybody was to sit here right now and, just say, I am open to the new beginnings. I am so thankful for the new beginnings that are coming. So, and I think that will help you to not lose faith in the wonderfulness that is coming.
Well, I just said to Spirit while you were talking, I said, what's what's a message that we can leave everybody with? And they said, if things get tough, change the subject.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
one really good way of shifting the energy and shifting the vibration. If you're
Change
sitting there
it.
going, why is this happening? Why is this happening? You're creating
Yeah.
that discord within yourself. They
Yeah.
literally just said, change the subject.
Yes.
Change the subject.
Yeah, pick it and be mindful about when you're doing that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be mindful and, as you said, change the subject. And the more that you, and if that is, something that everybody or people go through is like that negative thought process, start realizing, hang on a minute, what is my thought process? Is it a negative one? How can I change that up? And as Dan said, change the subject. So maybe think, okay, what is it that I can do now to get me out of what I'm feeling right now? Let's go and do something else.
Exactly. And that's how you got to talk to yourself. Everybody.
Yeah, you do.
You really
yeah.
do. And that's why you'll always hear me banter on and say it's a lifestyle. It's not I've got myself in the shit. I'll apply this process. I'll say this to myself 20 times a day and then I'll pop out the other side okay. And it's kind of like, no, it doesn't kind of work that way. It isn't a lifestyle, and you don't have to be your guru type. You don't have to have all the mod cons. You don't even have to have the tools if you don't have them.
That's right.
It's about taking that time of stillness and to learn meditation or breath work or something that's just going to still you and quiet your mind, and the rest will just make sense to you. You'll know where you're meant to go, who you're meant to be with, which workshop you're supposed to sit in, all that sort of stuff. You will be guided. But if we try to force things like these are going to give me the answers, Ben, sorry, Ben, I'm not throwing you under the bus, man, but you just come up with the energy you were trying to say before. If you're relying or depending too much on this and you're not following what's going in here, it's going to trip you up. See, he felt like it was a slap in the face. I can remember it now. Ben felt like it was a slap in the face to him. But it's not that at all. It's not that at all. Spirit would never, higher consciousness, your inner self will never slap you in the face or try to do harmful things to you. Ever. Never.
No. Yeah.
I reckon a lot of people are dying their egos off as well. Ego shedding.
And that is hard, isn't it? When you have been living in ego, and a lot of people are living in ego, don't even realize that it's their ego. And then when that drops away, and it does bring you to a vulnerability, because that's what the ego is there for. It is there to keep us safe. It is there to give the fear to to not allow somebody to or something to harm you. So when that drops away and then you are just, there's no mask whatsoever, that's not comfortable.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That's what we're
totally doable.
Yeah.
Because you can move from where you are to where you want to be. I don't care if you have mental illness or, have had the worst things happen to you in your whole life or whatever. There are so many people out there with disabilities or whatever that are doing it as well. There is no excuse for anyone to not be able to move from where they are to where they want to be.
Exactly.
Does anyone say it's going to be easy? Nah.
It can take a long, long, long time. Depends on it depends on you. Like, I wish, oh my God, do I wish that I could have done this process so much quicker? Do you know? I really wish that I could have, but I didn't. And so now is the time. But at the end of the day, you're still always, as Tess always says, you're still always healing. There's always work to do. There's always something. And even you, Dan, you've been doing this forever. You're such a wise old soul. And you're still learning new ways, and you're still, understanding yourself as well.
Yeah, because we're all part of a consciousness too, and that's forever expanding.
Yeah.
You know? And what's outside of ourselves is influence. So we are being influenced every single day. You with the dentist trying to rip you off all the greed that's coming to you. You know what I mean? meeting people who think they can pull the wool over my eyes on a relationship sense, and then I'm dumb. Like I don't know what they think anyway. There's always influences. The wheels are forever turning forward, but the cogs are turning at different speeds. So it's that's I find a lot of people, if they just stay isolated from everyone, they're cool, baby. But you can't live like that either. We need to co-create. We need to be in society, and we need to have influences so we can experience something, learn and grow and expand from it. And that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we do that using the law of attraction,
Yeah, it really does come into a lot of it, doesn't it? Everybody's been asking, I've noticed, and everybody wants to come on board where we all shuffle and pull one card and see what we come up with. What do you reckon, Dan? Everybody wants to have a little, do one card and then type it in. How's that sound?
Say again? I missed it. Sorry.
They were wanting, the audience, Chris was saying, would it be good if everybody did one card shuffle and pulled a card and see what everybody got all at once?
Okay, well, can I go get my other batch?
Yes.
I'll be back in a minute. Don't you go anywhere, all right?
Have you got those nice pants on?
Oh, I got me.
Oh, you got those pants on. You should see, everybody, you should see these other pants that Danielle's got. OMG. She looks gorgeous in them. They're beautiful pants. I wish she'd put them on, but they're probably not ready. But anyway, another day we'll have a look at those pants, because I reckon that everybody would want a pair. Hey, Dan.
What's that? Yeah,
those beautiful pants. I love those pants. Yeah.
I might wear them at the next party.
That sounds great.
All right, everyone, we're going to pull a card. Who's pulling a card?
All right. So what we say, on your mark, get set, go.
What are you using over there, little lady?
I can't remember what they're called. What are they? Oh, they're the Oracle Tarot from Lucy Cavendish. I like these ones.
Well, I'm doing the Wisdom of the Oracles, Colette Baron Reid. Ben's there with Angels. Oracles.
Angel Oracles.
All right.
What's Chris doing? And Jeanette. Are you guys doing Tessie? Lisette?
All right, what we'll do, if you've got your cards, we won't put it, we'll try, obviously do it quickly because we're heading up to the 82-minute mark. But when you feel intuitively like you want to stop, we'll just do that. So we'll put it down.
Okay.
Whoa! All right, Chris is using the Chakra Zodiac Healing Oracle. Jeanette's got the Archangel Michael Oracle. Shamanic Healing Oracles.
So Nancy just got, what was yours, Nancy? To be cautious, was it?
Caution is warranted and look deeper into the situation. See, just remember everything that everyone's manifesting at the moment or experiencing is something that you've called in.
Yeah.
And it's not that you say, hey, I would like a bad thing to happen to me. Please be bad to me. It could be the fact that you're, low self-worth. No equal energy exchange. It could be something as simple as that as to why you attracted something.
Tess just got prosperity. What's
there
been?
You go,
Tess.
Together healing. Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's time to release your inner symphony. Oh, okay. So what do you think that means, Dan? Just allowing, or Ben, what do you think? Is that just whatever's hiding inside, allow it to come?
The card was from Messages from Your Angels.
Chris got Jupiter, luck and prosperity. See, look, Chris, you did you got your Fool's Gold too. Prosperity.
All right, what did you get, Dal?
Well, I got the Fool. And the interesting thing is that I think that it is actually a time, even though we have to also be aware of every situation, but I think that they're asking you also to be a little bit more adventurous and to, I like to say fly by the seat of your pants just a little bit, but be aware at the same time. You've got a situation coming up that is going to ask you to get a bit out of your comfort zone, I think, and take a little bit of a risk. And I think that that's what the Fool card is telling me. So it says spontaneity and taking chances. So, yeah.
And isn't it funny how the
Again, same
self-care
being
card,
fearless. Beg your pardon?
isn't it funny with the self-care card that come out, like the cards that have been coming out in the spiritual shack from the deck I bought on the weekend? They're only little small things. Like a lot of people go like that, but when we're having our conversation and the card for that day was take small steps.
Yeah.
And it's all those little synchronicities, you know, that, and you said, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up, you know? It's like,
That's it.
It's fun. It's part of the journey, and I got to go the distance.
Go the distance. Keep
so we
going.
are all building up the momentum to take a launch, to take a leap, be the fool, pack up your troubles, put them behind you and go and venture into something new. What's coming in has longevity, stability, and security attached to it. So we got to get into the feeling space of that first. So, yeah, leap of faith. They just told me around from March 17th, possibly on a lineal time. So we have lineal time at the moment to keep adjusting, to wake up. I literally had someone just come through to me then and go, wake up to yourself. But they communicate with me that way because that's how I am. So they wouldn't punch you in the head or slap Ben in the face or anything like that. It's just like, let's wake up. Let's wake up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun, guys. That would be a lot of fun to do another one of those another day where we all pull a card and we get the reading from everybody together.
Yeah,
that'd be
good,
fun.
Isn't it?
We should do that maybe in a Zoom. Do you think?
Yeah,
all
definitely.
Of us in a Zoom together or something.
Well, before we do part ways, everybody, please know that I'm bringing psychic parties, launching the psychic parties next week. But most excitingly is that I'll be doing a lot with Dal in the party sense, so whether that's online or in person. So if you are in the Sunshine Coast area and you would love either for myself or Dal or both of us or whatever to come to your house, come to your business, come to your wherever you're finding pleasure, not the bedroom because we don't like la. But if you guys want to have a party,
another business. That'll be another business down the track.
Yeah. We're still testing the products. No, I did not say that. But if you want to have a bit of fun with your personal development, learning something new, reaching a higher level perspective, get some psychic insight or guidance or whatever, we are launching that next week. So, yeah. Stay tuned. So we might have online parties like this. Yeah. And I don't know. Who knows? Hey, Dal, we're just creating as we go, aren't we?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe. Anyway, so we've got a wanker in the house. So we're
wanker.
All right. Came in at just the right time. We were just talking about that type of thing. So anyway, we'll shut it off now, shall we?
All right.
Helen. Hello, Helen.
Thanks for being here, Dal. Thanks for joining.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you so much. And thank you, Dan, for persevering and keep going. Yeah.
It's all good.
Thank you.
It's all good. Okay. So I'm going to